Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just doing a little bit of an E3 wrap-up show for E3 2021. Thought it would be cool if we went over like all the games that I wish listed on Steam. So we're gonna roll through about 15 or so of the trailers or the games that I thought were really cool and show it to you guys if you haven't seen it. So without further ado, let's kick off with the first one. Here we go.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Might have to adjust volume as we go along. But yeah, this was shown at the Future Game Show. Looks pretty cool.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities.
So a little XCOM-y.
Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad.
But it's more of a
or
real-time
individual
than a turn-based.
Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to
That's pretty
save
cool.
Mars in our name.
With the big monsters, it kind of reminds me of Gears of War a little bit. There you go, June 17th. All right, cool stuff. Yeah, that game just looks really cool. You don't see too many games like that, especially with that particular configuration. All right, let's immediately jump into the next game. After I thank Ron Allen for the 48 on the T1. Thank you very much. All right, next game up is called Songs of Conquest. So here we go. This is a Heroes of Might and Magic style game. I mean, it seems to me like outside of the Heroes of Might and Magic series, you don't see too many of these. This one's definitely taking a little bit of a different spin on it, too. Gearing system, nice. But yeah, I mean, they're showing a lot here, but I just look at this and I'm like, for a Heroes style game, it's like ticking all the boxes. So yeah, Songs of Conquest. That game looks really good. Wishlist now. Next up, we've got a game that I have shown before, but it's worth showing again. This game, somebody earlier was asking, like, what would my top 5 be for E3? This game's in my top 5. Here we go.
I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
You want to guess what it is?
This is an outfit for a newborn. You bought it this morning. You wanted to surprise me.
I'm sorry.
You're pregnant.
You know?
I know because you already gave it to me. This has happened before.
What are you talking about? What's going on?
Someone is coming. He's going to hurt us. He says you killed your father. I need to know what happened.
Why are you doing this? My father died.
Died of a heart attack?
No, I didn't have anything to do with...
Any second now, he's gonna knock on that door. Help me.
This isn't happening. This can't be happening.
Police, open up.
That's him.
Did you call the police?
We have a warrant. Please open the door.
I didn't do anything.
We're here to help.
Don't listen to him. I'm your only chance.
Open the door right now.
You know me. I love you. You have to believe me.
Stop.
No.
Under arrest.
Hey!
You're home. What are you doing? Are you okay?
That is 12 minutes. Actually, that's the original trailer. I actually think that the original trailer is better than the new stuff that they've been showing. But yeah, so that trailer came out in 2019 originally, and essentially the hype on it blew up so big, they were actually able to get William Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, and James McAvoy to voice the three main characters. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that game comes out in a couple months now. Really looking forward to it. It's very unique. Never seen anything quite like it. All right, next game that we're going to check out is Eldest Souls. Essentially, this is a pixel art Dark Souls game. Short and sweet on that one. I think that one is also coming out fairly soon. All right, next game is a game called Citizen Sleeper. Very unusual name. I didn't adjust the volume on that one. There we go.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again? Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice. You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
So it's kind of
Wake
a
up, sleeper.
sci-fi
Your body is dying.
story-driven game.
Planned obsolescence. As an ARP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself
Skills.
here.
It's like a little bit of dice
We
rolling.
don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You
Very unusual.
break their locks. Access their secrets. We are waiting.
That's a next year game.
Son,
No, not a
we're
YouTube ad.
grabbing
Stop.
burgers.
But yeah, definitely when looking at E3 stuff, whenever I see something like that, it's like, oh, I've never really seen a game like that. I kind of gravitate towards that stuff because it's just interesting when somebody's kind of thinking outside of the box on a game, you know? All right, next up. Whoop.
They took everything from us.
Turned us into monsters.
I was so scared.
So angry.
But now, their world is broken.
And we are the only hope they have left.
Got loud. Yeah, the action combat system in this looks pretty cool. Art style looks cool, neat cutscenes. It's like you have a ghost that's following you around. Yeah, indeed, very...
Can I count on you?
I will be by your side always, sister.
Very Devil May Cry. That's a new IP. Another next year game. Yeah, next year's gonna be crazy. You're a PlayStation. All right, next up on the list, we've got a game called War Tales. Let's have a look.
100 years have passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire and its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
I think the presentation of this is very cool. Very RPG, turn-based. Big monster. Yeah, that's another one. Looks like it's got really cool potential. Next up, this next game is actually a game that's been getting a lot of hype. It actually comes out July 27th, and is PlayStation and Steam, I believe. I don't know if it's out for any other systems, but we'll definitely be checking this one out. I give you Tribes of Midgard.
The giants have come to Midgard, and you have been chosen by the gods to protect this realm. But your first task is to find some new clothes that aren't as drafty. Your tribe's journey starts in the wilderness. Hunt down
Yeah, this
pets,
is like
gather rare
Valheim
resources,
mixed
and
with
explore the untamed world. Once you've plundered all you can
like
carry,
a few other games
return
that I've
to your
seen.
village and use those resources to forge Viking-worthy gear. You must protect the seed of Yggdrasil at all costs, or this world and everything in it will be destroyed forever. So take heed. The Heltings rise when the sun sets. Destroy these dark spirits before they destroy the seed.
Or like Valheim mixed with an
Each
ARPG.
victorious knight makes way for a new day, to venture into new lands, build to greater heights, and face fiercer creatures. And with great risk comes great rewards. But be careful. You're of little use to Midgard squashed by a troll. Craft legendary weapons, build deadly defenses, and grow the strength of your tribe, because those giants are on their way.
Just realized he's chasing a pig.
And it's time for us to end their path of destruction. Let's show them our might is greater than their height. As the saying goes, Valhalla! Can't wait!
PlayStation. Yeah, that game looks absolutely fantastic. I am down. All right, as we continue our rapid fire of trailers, next up we've got Endless Dungeon. Here we go.
We're stuck in this wreck until everybody learns the rules. Yep, all of them. Rule number 1. Certain weapons work better on certain monsters. Learn it or die. Oh, option B then. Rule number 2. Use turrets to protect that unstable dust bomb we call the crystal. Because it's their catnip. And if it goes, you go. Yep, just like that. Rule number 3. Watch your squad. Even if you've got the guns, the turrets, and the crystal, you can't do everything by yourself. If you fight alone, you die alone.
Yeah, you'll notice that a lot of the games we've seen
Together
are
again.
kind of team-based.
And rule number 4? Well, if you've got all that going, but you still can't win, you gotta change the squad. Tag team. I'm in.
There you go, Endless Dungeon. Sega. All right. Next up on the list, we've got Tales of Arise. This is another one that's coming out, I want to say, pretty soon here.
Pretty fancy place they got here.
Harmony and coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
I'm Dohalim Ilkaris. Should you need my skills on the battlefield, all I care for is maintaining peace.
I'm Captain Kisara of the Eldamenencia Guard.
Flair to Malika!
From now on, when I fight to protect my dream.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger.
The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true.
As far as I know, this is a new IP as well.
Been looking for you.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! This is Tannin's realm and it's ours, understand?
Is it over?
It's only just begun.
Never over. September 10th. All right, cool. Next up on the list, I saw this game and immediately loved it. I think there's a demo out for this, and I think Mikey Likes was going to try it. I need to ask him how it was. This game just looks like adorable. You guys know I like my little city builders, so this was shown at the Future Game Show. Humans are dead. But the beavers have taken over the world. Timber tech, you know? It's a beaver city building game. This looks awesome. And tame the rivers as only a beaver could. See, when the beavers start using bombs, that's when you know you got a problem. Timberborn. I think that trailer's a little bit off on its date. All right, next game up. Seems like all the trailers I've been playing have been a little bit loud. Really cool interface. Multiple ways of solving puzzles based on like how you're playing. Seems pretty quick. Yeah, a little bit of Hades in there, ARPG. It's not a roguelike though. All right, yeah, that game looks great. Okay, we've only got about a handful left here. Next up, we've got Disciples Liberation.
From a new dawn, a hero rises. Torn between two worlds, yet part of none. It's your fate to free Nevendar.
Another ARPG. Seems like we're getting a lot of ARPGs.
Disciples Liberation brings tactical turn-based battles into a
Although,
dark fantasy strategy RPG.
That's where it changes. The overworld is like an ARPG, but the combat is turn-based.
War between the four factions.
270 missions, that's a lot of missions.
Use your legacy to battle your foes, find loyal companions, and form a powerful army.
"81 spells," and what was...
Choices are what define us. Seize your destiny and liberate the land of Nevendar.
A little bit of a town building system.
Disciples Liberation. Coming soon to your PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
All right. Let's see. I'm just double checking my list here. Oh, I'm going to do that one last. I'm going to move that to the back of the line. All right. Next one. I think I've shown this one on stream like one other time. This is Lens Island. This one's it's like Stardew Valley plus like an ARPG. Welcome, traveler. Plant some flowers. The building and crafting system looks really good. Like now he's got like a pike almost. Looks like the weapons have different rarity. It's actually a demo, live right now. And then it's coming in, or early access in October. So full release will probably be next year, I imagine. But yeah, that game looks good. Oop. All right. And this one, I'm just going to show it because I can't wait to play it, and it's cool that we finally got a release date. So here is this game. Oh, volume check.
History is all around us. Those who made it have never been forgotten. Their daring choices echo across time, turning land into kingdoms and mortals into legends. If history was in your hands, what would you build? How would you fight? Where would you go? What will you
Haven't
be
played one of these in a long time. Yep, there goes your castle wall. Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything Microsoft is doing is going to be on Game Pass. Age of Empires. October 28th. And Game Pass is right here. I'm hiding it.
Play it day one with Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, there you go. All right. Let's do... Oh, did this trailer play all the way through? I'm going to show this one. This is a new IP from Bethesda. I think the trailer's a lot of fun, which is why I'm going to show it. But we're probably not going to see this game for probably 3 or 4 years. But it's worth checking out if you guys have not seen it. Here we go. This was the Xbox's last big thing at the conference. Yeah, it's being done by Arcane.
Hey, Dev, anything interesting?
Aliens exist too. Expandable, 25 centimeters, dramatically elongated.
Go on, make yourself useful.
So, that was fun, right?
That's your cue, mate.
Sleep tight.
You know what this reminds me of? My time in the Himalayas.
Letty's later down.
You think they can't kill you anytime they want?
Hey, asshole!
Well, that guy's dead.
How do we always get into this shit?
In the field in Redfall, Massachusetts. Behind me, we are witnessing clear signs of cult activity as the locals engage.
Hey!
Really hope the video was worth it.
Everybody, fall back! People need to know what happened here. Layla, with me! Get me on the roof now!
Thank you, Layla. You're the best. Oh, Jacob, don't even mention it.
One thing that I think is really cool about this trailer is obviously this is not gameplay. This is just a cinematic showing the universe, the world, that sort of thing. It's going to be like a team-based shooter, but it's really neat to see kind of like the powers they're using.
Give me a taste. That's bad.
Because that'll be what you'll be able to use in the game.
Taste this, cabrona!
Yeah, some kind of vampire thing. It's always nice. It's kind of cool seeing like the UV light and the wooden spikes or stakes and silver bullets.
Oh, shit. Dev's gonna love this one.
I think there's vampire in this.
Really? What does it taste like? Be specific.
Like blood and death. And strawberry.
Sun's coming up. Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving.
Sure thing, Edgar Allan Bro.
That's a good one.
Do you think things will ever go back to normal?
Would you want to go back to normal?
Not if I still have to pay my student loans.
Redfall. Be interesting to see if that actually comes out next year or if it gets delayed. It's just one of those weird, weird things, right? Yeah, I can see that. A bit of Borderlands. Okay, for this next one, funny enough, this is a game that I just found out about today. This game was shown at one of the conferences that I didn't watch because it was something that I couldn't restream. So let's take a look at this game. Actually, let me do this.
That mixes classic RTS mechanics.
Well, hold on.
Falling Frontier is a modern real-time strategy game that mixes classic RTS mechanics with a depth usually associated with the 4X genre. Your journey starts by selecting your lineage. This provides a backstory, as well as initial buffs, debuffs, and initial starting technological configurations. You'll begin your game with control of a single planet or moon with a small group of colonists and a spaceport in orbit. From here you can begin expansion into the star system. Build shipyards for both your civilian and military.
I'm going to pause here for a second. My favorite 4X of all time is a game called Pax Imperium, and I've never found a game that comes close to it. You've got stuff like Masters of Orion and stuff that kind of does some of the same things. This game might actually be the game I'm looking for.
Military fleets. Construct orbital and deep space refineries to process raw materials. Position refueling stations in strategic locations to provide a gateway to the surrounding planetary bodies. Create a network of supply depots to transfer physicalized resources to where they are needed most. Whether that be a spaceport, shipyard, or a front-lying supply station supporting the war effort. Carry out research to unlock ship chassis and use the robust ship designer system to upgrade existing ship templates or to modify individual units to suit a specific
That's what I want to see.
View the ship from any
full
angle
ship customization.
And select from a list of researched weaponry mounts to place on each chassis. Customization isn't limited to the external hull. Modify internal components for each ship to complement the role it was designed for. Construct reconnaissance stations to scan your local celestial cluster or areas of deep space. These can be configured in both a passive and active mode. Passive mode intercepts jump signatures made within the line of sight of the station, whereas active scanning acts like a sonar, sending out a pulse beam, returning all objects within its line of sight.
That's
also
crazy.
Giving away its position.
This might be some of the best 4X combat I've ever seen. And I'm going to show you guys a combat video here in a minute. Look at this. This looks insane. I've never seen... I mean, there's a lot of games like this that'll use like, oh, there's floating debris or asteroids. But I've never seen one where the ships are crashing into the asteroids and they're breaking apart. It's like they're sending out scans, they're positioning shields, they're firing their weapons. It's just... Oh. And it's weird, that video cuts out right there. So I'm going to switch over to a different video here real quick. See, they couldn't see that guy initially, but now they can see him. I'll turn it down a little bit. But that one ship on the right is like barreling through like the rocks that are floating in space. It's a little bit of clipping happening right there, but I think this is alpha footage. Actually, this is pre-alpha footage. Pre-alpha, and it looks this good. You see how the the like blaster bolts or whatever are hitting like the rocks like way over there and they're exploding? That must be like a sensor pulse they're sending out. But this looks really cool to me. There's like, you know, the building of the ships and the research systems, and you, as it said, you start out on one planet, which that's what a lot of these games are. You start out on one planet, and then from there you expand your empire. So like colonization systems, world building systems. Yeah, those two ships just like lit up the other three. Oh, that guy's dead. Actually, the like friendly bigger one, he's like smoking. And then they just zoom out. That's the coolest thing. There's other games that do it similar, but it's cool how close you can zoom in and how far you can zoom out. It's called, let's go back to the planet view or whatever. Yeah, actually, I don't know too much about this game, as I just found it this morning. Well, chat, that game is called Falling Frontier. So yeah, check it out on Steam. There's actually, you know what? Here, super quick. Let me let's do this, chat. Let's take a look at. They have a video called Exploration and Operations. Let's see what this is about. We'll expand our segment on Falling Frontier.
Exploration and Operations. Exploration in Falling Frontier changes as the player invests in technology. In the early game, every spaceport has access to 3 exploration probes. These probes can be sent anywhere within the line of sight of the station and within a specific upgradable range. The life of a probe is simple, but its implications could impact the player dramatically. Probes travel along a path. Once they arrive at their destination, they will perform a scan. Objects that are returned are then presented as radar pings within the military UI. The data returned can vary from the discovery of a celestial body, resource sites, wreckage, enemy structures, and vessels. How that data is presented will also vary based on a number of factors. The more objects that are closer together, or the larger the object, the larger the radar ping. Investing in probe technology can help identify individual ships or structures when a scan is carried out. Additionally, the nearer a probe is to an enemy object, the greater the chance the probe will be discovered. If a probe is discovered, there is a chance it may also be destroyed. If the probe is discovered and not destroyed, the player will get the data returned by the probe. If, however, the probe is discovered and destroyed, then the player will never know why it failed, as it's also possible for probes to break down and never return.
That's really cool.
A probe is an opportunity for the enemy to potentially identify where the probe originated from. Operations. Operations in Falling Frontier are suggested opportunities, available based on direct action of the player and AI. Some radar pings, from probes and recon stations, will generate operations. These can range from simple investigations involving celestial bodies and natural phenomenon, to specific opportunities, such as disrupting a refueling operation in an asteroid field, assaulting an enemy supply chain, or eliminating targets of opportunity. Operations will also suggest potential defensive actions, suggest research tasks, as well as construction recommendations. Operations are entirely optional. Specific types can be disabled, or an operation can be removed from the list of available operations at any time.
I just visually, the presentation of this game is really cool. And again, this is like pre-alpha or alpha footage, so it's probably gonna look even better. All right, what else they got here on this YouTube channel? Let's take a look. Shall we look at ship customization? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see if it's as deep as Pax Imperium. So, external, internal, railgun, missiles. Alright, we got your 3D models. Alright. So here's the weapons that we've researched, I imagine. Mark 1, you can get, so you get the Mark 1s, and then you upgrade from there. So I imagine, I'll turn that down a little bit. I imagine how it's gonna work is, so like pulse cannon, railgun, missile, pulse cannon, you know, whatever. Different, I wonder if different weapon types will work better against like different kinds of ships or shielding. I wonder if it's actually gonna go that deep. Because one thing that you would do in PAX is you would have a variety of ships. So you would take a ship like this and say, okay, I'm only gonna have pulse cannons and railguns on it. Then you would do a Mark II of this ship where it's nothing but missiles, and you'd call it like a missile boat, right? And then you have the two of them working together in a fleet, And you got the missile boat just going bum 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 with its missiles, right? Spare node, bridge crew, spare node, jump drive. Armor plating, escape pods. So you can probably do like a tank type ship, I wonder. Have that ship go out front, like heavily armored and shielded, maybe limited weapons, and then you have your weapon ships like try and stay behind it. Medical, standard, reinforced. You can have a medical bridge. I wonder what that does. So that's the end of that video. Let me just look here real quick to see if there's... Oh, they have one on economics. Maybe that'll be the last one we watch. All right, what you got for the old moneymaker?
Let's talk economics. Although Falling Frontier looks like, and certainly at times, plays like a normal RTS, it's far from it. It utilizes a unique resourcing system that physicalizes the acquisition and usage of resources throughout the game world. Due to the militarized nature of space travel, citizens can only reproduce on colonies. They also generate more income per citizen compared to those serving on a starship or space station. Citizens in space receive a tax cut due to the hazardous conditions of working in space.
I mean, that makes sense.
The spaceport in orbit acts as a gateway to the colony beneath. Citizens can be transferred between the colony and the spaceport at any time. The spaceport is a logistical hub structure and major chain in any logistical framework. In the early game, mining ships return mined ore and fuel to the spaceport to be either used for construction in orbit, distribution to other orbital structures for consumption, or to be sent to other spaceports or supply depots. On each structure, refill thresholds can be set when the structure's local stores of that resource type drops below the set refill level. A supply order will be created in the connected spaceport. The spaceport will then begin to build supply transports and send resources until the resource refill quota has been met. On a larger scale, a player can connect logistical structures, and the process of monitoring and sending supplies will begin. The only primary resource that isn't included in the automated process are citizens. Due to their immense value, a supply order must be created manually and placed in a backlog to be fulfilled. Unlike other RTSs, the top resource panel displays the resources of the logistical structure the player's mouse is closest to. Just like today, money, or credits in Falling Frontier, has moved into the digital space and can be accessed from anywhere in the star system. Further to the main economy, starships have their own sub-economy. This consists of the previously mentioned citizen resource, as well as operational requirements, such as food, munitions and fuel. Citizens form the backbone of your crew and can be converted into officers to command
that thing's
your
blowing
ships.
up. We gotta work for a breach.
Officers can undergo additional training to enhance a ship's statistics and abilities. Food is consumed by the crew, Without it, the crew will slowly starve. If a crew manages to escape a doomed ship, the remaining food is added to the escape pods, allowing the crew to survive for longer in the deep of space. Munitions are consumed every time a turret fires, or in some instances, when a special ability is used, such as laying a minefield. Ships can sail indefinitely at sublight speeds, however, faster than light travel consumes fuel. Any flotilla will need to travel with supply and refueling ships.
I've never seen a game do that. Where you actually have to refuel your ships. So, I'm assuming he's pinging places to mine? This game is nuts. Holy crap. Man, I'm glad I found this morning. What else we got? Just looking to see if they've got anything else. They don't have like that many. They only have like, yeah, Eve 2.0. What is this one? I'm curious. It's called Soundscape. Oh boy. They're just like showing us like isolated sounds. I think that's what it is. It's isolated game sounds. It's pretty cool. I hope they do a lot of like space chatter. Man, this ship is wrecking everything. Yeah, the music is crazy. It's not like sci-fi music. It's like very, I don't know. Almost like fantasy music. Oh, cool. I feel like I could watch videos on that game all day, but yeah, that game's crazy. Well, I think we will we'll wrap this up with one more video. I've shown this a couple times on the channel, but I think it's worth watching again because it's one of the prettiest looking trailers that got released at E3. So let's watch it one more time. Here we go.
all squads. The Russian troops are falling back. Do whatever you can to secure the sectors. We push them back, but not far enough. Do not let them regroup. Hostile close! Hostile down!
That sandstorm rolling in is crazy. Do swapping my weapon stuff. That's great. We're all gonna get sucked into the tornado. That's gonna be a hell of a thing to see. Battlefield 2042. Oh yeah, so July 22nd is the EA event. So we'll be covering that here on the channel. Have to make sure that I get that day off, I suppose. But yeah, for those who are watching on YouTube, that is my 15 or so-ish games that I've wish-listed on Steam. I think all those games are absolutely fantastic, and can't wait to play probably most of them. It's going to be pretty crazy. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.